any kind of flow going. As Coach, I'll let you catch your breath a little bit, making the long trek up here to the press box. We do appreciate it. Our conversation with Coach Pearson is brought to you by Aspirus Kiewit. And Coach, just a tough game. I know you don't like these games when they're not 5-on-5.
Well, the first period there's no flow, but that's beyond anything else. I mean, we have to learn how to play in these games. We have to learn how to stay on the ice, obviously. But we had, they gave us some power plays in the end. But to get on your heels like that in the first period, we cannot keep doing that. We've got to learn to get a lead or at least get out of the first period even. And but we took penalties. Bang, I think 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. I mean, you just can't get guys into the game and takes you out of your flow. And obviously we gave them 2 power play goals. We didn't give them. They got a couple power play goals, and their third goal was actually with an extra attacker on the ice. So, we're getting down there, and the goals against it's creeping down, but we've got to get better. And I thought Matt Winch just did a real nice job hanging in there and then playing, shutout hockey the last 2 periods. But we have to play 5-on-5. I think when we played 5-on-5, we're a pretty good team. We get everybody involved, and we just didn't do that tonight.
We had 3 breakaways of some sort in the game that certainly could have changed the outcome of this game.
No question. And one of the ways you need to win on the road is you have to take advantage of your scoring opportunities. You need goaltending. You need to stay disciplined. You need to stay on the ice, and you have to obviously take care of your chances. And we had Tyler Heenan walked in the second period. Joe Lesbrance walked in the second period. Jake Jackson walked in the third period. We needed that next goal. We needed that next goal just to get closer to them and put some pressure on them. We never could quite do that. And I give their goalie credit. That's the difference. You see a goalie who, he made a heck of a save on Jake Lucchini there on a rebound. I mean, he was down and out, and I don't know how he got over there. I'm going to have to watch it on video, but I mean that's the difference, and you can see what that experienced goaltending, and it's a fine line, and I think that was the difference tonight.
2 guys that really stood out for us, though, Coach, on the good side of things. I thought Mitch Reinke, I gave him one of the. I just thought he was that play he made where he threw the puck on the net at the end instead of just taking a hard shot or a pass, he threw it on the net looking for the rebound. He got exactly what he wanted out of it. Our guy was tied up, but that right there, I was telling everybody that. You were talking about his hockey IQ. I mean, that shows it right there.
Well, you could see it tonight. I mean, he made some real nice plays. He passes the puck well. He got his first collegiate point tonight. He made a real nice pass to Shane Hanna. But there's a couple more he probably could have shot, but he's so unselfish. He wanted to try and make plays there. But he's only going to continue to get better. I mean, for him to come in and play the last 2 games against teams like he's had to, he's played exceptionally well. But we knew it was going to be a tight game tonight. We knew it was going to be close. We beat them 3-1 up in Houghton last year, and so, we got to find a way to claw back and steal a game, tomorrow, and we'll be ready to play. And we made some good improvements, each week, and I continue to see some good things. But we need some other players to start stepping up too. We've got, it's like a car, Dirk. If you have 4 tires in the car and they're all inflated properly, and you're going down the road, your car is going to run fairly smooth. But right now we're operating on 3 tires, and it doesn't work.
It seemed to be that way on the ice when we seem to be getting some kind of flow going, but one miss or one pass that's off, and it kind of threw the whole thing away, and we'd have to start all over.
Well, you're going to have some of that. It's you got to remember it's still early in the year, and your timing and some chemistry, and we're still looking, searching for an identity with this team, and that's where you need your your upperclassmen and your seniors to help forge that. And obviously, playing 4 road games right off the bat against ranked teams is not a recipe that you want, but we're faced with it, and we have to make sure we come out and play tomorrow. But we're searching for that identity, and we'll find it. I mean, we've got too many good players in that locker room.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go. It was a tough game here tonight. We knew it would be, and it's going to be another battle tomorrow night, same time, 8:07. And I know the guys will need to get some rest. You don't have the your whole roster at your disposal tonight. Do you expect any line changes tomorrow?
Well, I would say so. Yeah. Any time that you bring guys on the road, there's a reason for it. We have some good players that we couldn't bring on the road. So, but we're going to have to look at everybody right now. You just can't go on along being the same and be happy with the result. So there's no question. And, and like I said, you've got to give some guys some time to work with their way into the season. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time, but you have to give them some leeway and let them, play into the season. So, but like I said, the beauty of it is we get to strap it up and go at it again tomorrow, and it's an important 3 points, and that's what we talked about our team about. Every game now, a win is worth 3 points, so we've got to make sure that we show up tomorrow and put our best foot forward.
Before you go, I forgot to bring up Jake Jackson specifically and individually. To me, he looks like a completely different, confident player from last year. I mean, his speed. That move he made to earn that breakaway that he had.
No question, and you're going to see some of that. And we have to remember he only played 13 games last year, so it's like he's still, a freshman, and you can see some of that. And he's getting used to the competition and the speed and things he needs to do. And they get frustrated, but when they miss those breakaways like that. But he's got that speed. He's going to create them. Now we got to take advantage of them.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time and good luck tomorrow night.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach Mel Pearson here on Mix 93, brought to you by Aspirus Keweenaw. And that is our Coaches Show. We'll be back with more from the Verizon Wireless Center. The Huskies fall tonight by a score of 3-1 to the Mavericks. Back with more after this.